Welcome to Simple Scotch Reviews. Here we have Royal Brackla 12. It's a 12-year-old Highland single malt Scotch whiskey bottled at 40% ABV. It is finished in ex Oloroso sherry casks. Let's take a look. The nose on this whiskey, lots of fruit. Mainly citrus and tropical fruit for me. There are some of those orchard fruits and the darker fruits, but I'm getting a lot of citrus and some tropical fruits here. No particular fruit jumping out at me. As this sat here waiting for the review, some malt and spice started to show through the fruit, but the fruit still being dominant. All right, so this is one of those whiskeys that the palate does a complete 180 from the taste, or nose rather. The nose being those fruits as I described. The palate goes straight to burnt caramel and coffee right away for me. The entry is that burnt caramel coffee note, and then that fades away, and the second layer comes in, which to me is more the orchard fruit, not getting that citrus and tropical fruit from the nose. The orchard fruit that shows up in the palate, it's kind of like red apple. It reminds me of the Glenlivet 18. Glenlivet 18, I get a lot of apple, but in this one, it's not as distinctly apple and not as strong of an apple flavor as I get in the Glenlivet. But in this whiskey, like I said, layer 1 is that burnt caramel coffee note. Layer 2 would be the orchard fruit. And then there's something else in there. No, I don't think there's necessarily something else in there that I was trying to place. I think it was more... the whole time I drank this whiskey, I was expecting spice to show up like I got on the nose, because just it seemed like the flavor was going down that path, but I really don't get any spice in the finish, like baking spice like I thought I would. Yeah, so this palate really goes burnt caramel and coffee, then it molds into the orchard fruits. Particularly red apple for me anyways. But then the finish is just the palate that lingers a little bit. Maybe some of that malty note comes through in the finish, but it's not a extremely long finish by any means. But nothing new presents itself like as a surprise in the finish. It's just kind of more of the same. Overall, I'd say this whiskey is really good and kind of one of those interesting pours to have, because it, for me anyways, the palate is much different from the nose, which is just kind of unexpected, because you can nose it and you're getting one thing, and then whenever you take a sip of it, you're getting another experience. So I think that this whiskey, Royal Brackla, is not as common around here where I live, but I know the 12-year-old is one that can be found in most places, so I'd suggest definitely trying it if it's one you haven't tried. It might surprise you. I think you're not going to be disappointed. I mean, maybe some people find that whole multiple flavors coming at you at once off-putting. I don't find it that way. But yeah, I would definitely suggest picking up a bottle if you haven't had a chance to try it, and I definitely would recommend. Thanks for watching.